Yo guys, I'm going to show you how to animate a walking cycle in After Effects. So let's jump into it. So grab your file, import your character, with option import as composition retain layer size, which is important to select. I designed my character in Illustrator, which is should be me. Grab your composition to your timeline, release it, and your character should be there. Just double click, I go inside, which I have all of the layers in the composition. Just create a new background that we can see the project better. So just grab the background down, okay, and lock it. Okay, so this is me. Pretty much this is a basic character, like 2 legs, 2 arms, and the head and the torso. Don't have too much layers, but for a walking cycle, this I think should be fine. So the first thing to do is select the two legs first, and just turn to them, create shapes from vector. So basically this one is create our 2 layers to shape layers, so we can modify them, we can animate them more nicer. So you can delete the 2 original layers. I recolor the layers to, you can see, yellow. Okay, I'm going to bring the rulers like Command R, and I'm going to grab the top and bring down, and we will have like a guideline for the ground. So the next step is to grab the 2, we're going to adjust the anchor points for the characters. So basically it's going to be the rotation points for the arm, the rotation points for the legs, and for the head. Select your arm, hit Y, or you can select this icon on the top, which is an anchor point tool, and we can reposition the first arm. Okay, select your other, the back arm, and okay, and also for the torso I usually put the rotation point somewhere close to the hips area, and for the head I usually somewhere here. Okay, so the next thing to do is parent your arms, legs, heads to the torso. We're not going to parent the legs to the torso, we're going to leave it alone. So select your 2 arms. If you hold the command or control, you can select different layers. So select 2 arms, grab this parent icon and parent it to torso. If you can't see this section here, click on this gray area, right click, and there is columns, and as you can see my parent section is ticked, so I can see. Okay, so select your head, your character's head, parent it to the torso as well, and just we test, if I move the head around, I can see the eyes are still not parent. I'm going to parent the eyes to the head, and this should be fine. I use reference pictures for walking cycle. So if you go to type walking cycle to Google, go to images and pretty much basically grab the first one, click on that, and you can save the pictures. Oh, I have already done that, so I can import that picture into my After Effects. So right click, import file, select walking cycle JPEG, open, and just grab the file to your timeline, and I just scale it a little bit, and also I'm going to flip it, right click on the layer, transform, flip horizontal, and it should be fine. And also I lock this reference layer. Okay, so the first thing to do is click on the torso, and we're going to just angle a little bit to the forward, and we're going to hit P for the torso. So we're going to use the position animation for the torso. Like, click on the little clock, and you will have keyframes. And the next thing to do is click on the two legs and click on the path, group path, click on the small clock as well. And also there, as you can see, I have two groups here. Probably we'll have more if we have more detailed legs. So the fast thing I usually use is click on the search bar here and type it path. So it basically brings up all of the shape layers you have and all of the path properties, and you can click them like much faster. You don't need to dig in and like, you know, go inside each layers. That takes a long time, so this is like a fast way. So, and after that you can cancel this search. Okay, so we go to our arms and hit R, which is a rotation shortcut. Click on a small clock here, we create our keyframe, that's fine. Click on the next arm, hit R, click on the rotation clock, and we create our first keyframe as well. I use this shortcut method, which is way faster than, for example, I go in, transform, and like click, like it's 2 clicks, are, you know, it's not too fast. Usually just R, like I know I want to use rotation for the arms, so R. It's R for rotation, P for position. The next one is we're going to create our first position for frame 0, so this one. And also that should be fine. Okay, I show you my composition is basically, it's not too long, it's a little bit more longer than 1 second, so you don't need a long composition because you have to zoom out and in, and just keep like 2 seconds should be fine, or 1 second, 16 frames should be fine for a walking cycle. Okay, so I will animate the first position. Click on your leg, type it path here. We can see our keyframes for the path. But you can I use always U shortcut, which is one of the most useful shortcuts you can use. So hit U, and it's just going to bring up all of the keyframes you have. This is very important and I think useful, because if you do like the basic way, you end up like a long timeline, you have to scroll around and it's like not so clean, it's hard to follow what's going on. So just hit U and you can see all of the keyframes you have to deal with. Okay, so I go to my leg, basically I would say back leg, and click on a pen tool and select the feet and hit Command T, which is basically creates a selection here, and slide the feet a little bit forward and hit enter to release the selection. Select your knee and bring this guy a little bit forward, this guy a little bit down. I go to the second leg, hit pen tool, select one of the keyframe and just bring the feet back, Command T. Yep, I just realized the front leg should be straight, a little bit forward, and I change the feet position. I always use Command T if I select a section. You can move multiple keyframes around. I think it's very useful. You don't need to select one by one and move them, like takes ages. So just Command T is your friend. I will adjust the knee a bit more curvy, suits for the design a little bit more. Okay, pretty much it's looking good. So go to in time, we leave the arms at the moment, so we're dealing with just legs and the torso. I forgot, yeah, the torso, we have the position for the torso. So go to 1, 2, 3, 4, frame 4, grab the torso, and we go down like a little bit. You don't need to go too much, we can adjust this later. Go to your leg, the second position will be this one. Select your feet, Command T, and just adjust the movement. Okay. Bring back the feet almost under the torso, and you can adjust the legs. So that's why I'm not pointing the legs to the torso, because I always adjust the connection between the hip and the leg manually. Okay, it looks like this is fine. Go to 4 frames forward, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to animate the red position. So click on the torso and bring just a little bit over your first position and adjust. We're going to adjust this leg, which is left leg, Command T, and bring it just under the torso, straight the leg. to adjust to the leg right. Awesome. Okay, then this is looking good. So we go to our fourth position, 4 frames forward, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can use page up, page down buttons to go back and forth with your buttons. So it's very useful. I use usually that one. So this leg should be behind the torso. Just changing the angle. Okay, and we're going to straighten the leg a little bit, and also that connection point should be a bit backward. We go to our other leg, which is right leg. We select all of the keyframe vector points, Command T. I just change the rotation for the selection, and I can change the leg like that. Okay, probably it's too high. Walking shouldn't be dynamic. Okay, so the next thing to do is we did just the fourth position, so the last halfway position we go forward 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I go back to the torso and I animate the torso a little bit more higher, and I go forward 1, 2, 3, 4, and put these guys on the ground, straight the leg. Bend the knees. I'm going to change the fourth position, this one. So I push this feet a little bit back because it's too back, like that. Push this guy a little bit backwards, change the angle a little bit. Okay, so we test our animation, how it looks so far. But also the last, so we can copy the first torso position to our fifth position. So Command C, Command V, and we copied the first position. So we can test just the leg animation if we trim the work area and just hit 0 on a numpad or hit space, and we can have a rough view how it looks like. It looks okay. The knees are a little bit snapping. Yeah, I adjust this knee is a bit too forward. So if I animate, yeah, it's looking way better now. Okay, so this is basically halfway. So we have to do the rest as well. So we are 16. We have to go to 32, I guess. Yes, somewhere here. Okay. So we can copy the torso animation again, because that's basically the same thing, but we're going to animate the legs and again, and also the arms. So we can use the same animation for the torso, which is good. Yep, looks good. I'm going to also, you can copy the leg animation if you want, if you have the same looking legs, but sometimes you have like I don't know, a zombie or like different, this leg looks like different color or something like that, so that you have to finish the animation as well. But if you have the same color of legs, it looks like the same, you can pretty much copy and paste, and the legs and the torso animation are done. So go to legs, and we're going to do the same thing again. So we have the first position, go to the second position. We don't have to deal with the torso because that's done. Okay, so bend the knees, Command T, push it backwards, awesome. Go to the right leg, I'm sorry, left leg, and change the angle for the feet. Awesome. A little bit down. Go to the next position, which is the red. I select the knee and the feet, Command T. Just bring it somewhere there. Bring the connection point a little bit forward. Okay, go back to the leg right, select the feet again, push this guy back, and straighten the leg. It's looking good. Go to the green one, which is almost the last frame. This guy will go back a little bit. We can change the angle again. Hit Command T always if you select more vectors, that's very important. And yeah, should be like kind of straight. A little bit back. And fix this leg. Select all. Hit enter to release the selection, and pretty much we are close to finish. Okay, I just adjust the knee a little bit, and luckily we can copy the first frames for the leg, which is Command C, Command V. Basically just change this fade a little bit down because it's too high. Yeah, so I'm going to preview how it looks like. I think it looks okay. The torso bounce is in the right height, right timing. So we go back and focus on the arm animation. So select your arm, and we already changed the rotation point. So we have to basically use a rotation animation. Also, I'm going to use position animation for the shoulder. So hold shift and press P, and basically it's going to bring up only the position animation. Position animation. Hit the clock again and you will have the keyframe. Do that for the other arm as well. Hold shift P, brings up position. This is a faster way and more cleaner way to work with. You can do again, if you click on the little arrow, brings up the transform menu. You can click on like position, rotation separately, but as you can see it takes up like a big part of the timeline, and you can keep clean your timeline if you know how to use shortcuts. So I highly recommend to use shortcuts. And also again, if you select your layers and you have a couple of keyframes, hit U and it's going to show just only the animated properties. Awesome. So we're going to copy the first position, which is I use the rotation tool, grab this guy a little bit up, go to the left arm, bit forward, a little bit more forward, a little bit more back. That's good. Go to the third position, which is kind of like this, closer to the body, both. And also I'm going to animate the position for the third position. So I'm going to click on one of the arm and just animate it a little bit closer to the front. So basically it's going to be like a fake 3D effect. The shoulder is twisting around. So as you can see, the shoulder is go forward and it's walking. So go to the fourth one, and the arms goes a little bit more forward, back arm more back, and you don't need to animate the position here. Go to the halfway, which is a good, it's a good way to know where are you at the moment. So the arms a bit more forward, the back arm is more backwards, and you can change the position here like a bit more further. If I just changed back, so if you want to move the arm forward, and you can see like just go up and down, but if you hold shift, it's just going to straight. So it goes on a 4 axis, up and down only, and right and left. So it's very useful to hold the shift. Okay, and I go to the last position and then copy the first position for the arms. So Command C, Command V, Command C, Command V, because basically I want to use the first position for the last one as well, that we can use like a looping walking cycle. Okay, so and we can pretty much copy the rotation, or you can follow the reference. So I'm going to copy my rotation keyframes backwards. So check the animation quickly. Okay, it's looking good, but yeah, we have to finish the arms. Okay. So basically I copied the last position, I mean the first keyframe for the arm should be the last one as well. Okay. So it's very basic. I used only position and rotation for the arm. I can turn the arm layers to shape layer to bend the elbow and make a bit more nicer bending, as you can see on the reference. But for like a basic walking cycle, it does the job. If you want to go more detailed character animation, you can do that, but I just leave it like that. I'm going to hide the reference. Thus I'm going to show you guys how to animate the eyes quickly. I use scale, so hit S, click on scale, go 2 frames forward, hit this contain properties icon, and click on the second 100% and change it to 7. Go forward 3 frames, 1, 2, 3. Just copy the first keyframe, Command C, Command V. Select the 2 last keyframes and hit F9. If it doesn't work, like it doesn't work for me, just go to, if you have a Mac, go to the Apple icon, go to System Preferences, go to Keyboard, and check use F1, F2 as standard function keys. Okay. So now if I select these 2 keyframes, if I hit F9, it's going to be easy ease now. So just to show you quick, so let's give it a bit more life. So that's how to animate a walking cycle using shape layers in After Effects. After when the walking cycle is done, how to play with the dynamics in a fast way. So you select all of your keyframes except the blinking animation, and go to your last keyframes and hold Alt, and you can, as you can see, I can change the animation became faster or even slower. So it's like that's the fast and easy way to speed up your animation. If you change your mind, oh, my animation is too slow, it should be fast, you don't need to grab individual keyframes and like and bring it back. So just select all, and you can with the Alt you can bring these guys back. So I just speed my animation a little bit more, and yep, it's like normal walking cycle. If you have any idea what tutorial should I do, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Thanks. Cheers guys.